the house. Guess what he's doing?
My nigga tuna function.
Tuna function vibaya sana.
Yeah, nigga function.
Ay, my guy. Every high five. That was amazing. He goes by the name Ben Alpha himself, and the name of the track is Function.
Yeah.
Karibuni sana. Welcome to Boom Splash Media, and this afternoon I am so excited and privileged to host an artist by name Ben Alpha, and Ben Alpha has been in the game. Amekuwa akifunction, and I know maybe most of you haven't seen him yet or heard his music, but he's about to go big because this nigga is about functioning. And every time he drops a single, I mean, it's just amazing. He gives us the vibe, and he's very real and original. One thing I like about your music is that it's original.
Thank you for
amazing.
the flowers.
You're doing an amazing job. I think most of the videos you watch of Boom Splash, he's the guy behind Yani, this guy makes the magic.
Yeah,
let me
the
tell
B
you.
and the B.
The B and the B. Boom and the Ben. And I'm so happy for the way, by the way, you want selfless human being. Like, you just turn up. Like, yo, I need you, come help me do something, and you just turn up. I don't ever take that for granted.
It's a blessing.
And I must say that I think in this life, we need such kind of energy around us somehow, because you can't do things by yourself all the time, you know. So now, I want us to talk about your journey. Take us to your first song.
My first song is called Maumivu.
Maumivu, eh?
Yeah, Maumivu, yeah.
Tell us about why nani alikuumiza? Nani aliumiza roho ya Joseph, Benson, Mushiri?
Watu wanaiangalia in that perspective of nikaa mimi niliumizwa, but the maumivu ilikuwa ni a story of jamaa, like a very good producer of mine. Nikiwa kwa studio and like maybe tuna sample which project I can do, kuna instrumental na kuna this na this, aka drop the instrumental to Maumivu. Akanimena by the way nilikuwa feel nimeekelea the chorus and all, una feel kama unaweza ekelea verse. Akaniambia so this is the story, inafaa kuwa ni this and this, a guy akona girl dem anajaribu kushanga mazee, mimi nakuonyesha everything then wewe ni kama how feel. So as in Maumivu ni kwangu manze. So na alikuwa amekelea that first beat yenye inaanzanga, yeye alikuwa amekelea hadi hapo. So me, I was like, okay, I can write, no problem. So I'm telling his story actually. So that Maumivu, it's his story of.
It's basically like how I can go to someone who writes and tell them, okay, this is my idea, write this for me. So you wrote for him and you actually sang it.
Yeah.
Wow, that was amazing. So this is Maumivu playing.
And it was, by then this is my first, like my first, but this is my official start of like peer editing journey.
So you also edited this for yourself?
This is me. This is all me. The directing, the scenery and all.
Was this in Coast? Mbona kuna kaa Coast?
In Coast. This was after nimekam Coast.
Nice.
After nimekam Coast. Yeah, it's still in Coast. Vanya nimekam Coast, I saw kuna dope scene. This was what nilifanya na simu. I was like, sini kona simu na so I was like, why don't we do it? So at this time I'm also experimenting. Sikuwa nimejua like what editing and see. I was like nilikuwa nimetumia napi na itango mvavi. So I was like, now I want to tap into the pro shit ambayo ni Adobe Premiere. Let me see what I can learn and what I can do.
And you did an amazing job considering you've used the phone and you edited yourself. You were the songwriter, you're the DOP, you're the editor. Hey bro, like it's just a whole package. I'm telling you, real talent. Now, this song Maumivu brings me to Maumivu inanisumbua kwa moyo, and I just want us to get into real life situation. Umesema you've never been heartbroken.
Heartbroken, but I've never been
in a relationship. Yes, you haven't. Is it by choice? A girl dem
no. It's not like nilikataliwa or something, then I have damage to that. It's just like
we can walk in this journey.
I'm not trying to sugarcoat it.
Listen. I can actually take you to a community group where no one has asked nobody out. Then you go and say, my name is Joseph Benson Mushiri. What's the name?
It's Ndongo
Mushiri. And I have never been accepted by a girl. And all the others is, hi Ben.
No, that would be the wrong. It's not that I've never been accepted by a girl. But then I think we'll tap into my love story and why I was I have that kind of jusimisi si ati nilikuwa heartbroken. Yes, nasema nilitamani msichana akanikataa, but that's not it. You like out of that ni kama unajua kuna that kulearn lesson. Una get
once bite and twice.
Me I was like, but then I came to realize not like actually that important.
Now let me, sorry for cutting you short. So what I want us to talk about is what is your view on how people are taking heartbreaks, are taking disappointments in relationships today? Now, before you give us your answer, I think I was just sharing with you before we started this podcast about how disturbed I am by the trending story of the wife of DJ Brownskin and the death that happened and the way it happened. And I'm sure it's trending out there. I'm sure most of us have seen the video, and it's really disturbing. Kwanza, for me, I saw it and I was so traumatized, I was so disturbed. Trying to imagine mtoi amesimama hapo akiona mamake akipason. Trying to imagine this guy has literally recorded his wife like doing that thing for the last time. Like, this is it. Wondering how is he gonna live with himself for the rest of his life, and did he actually think she was joking, or was he like, you know what, I'm done with you, do whatever you want to do, me, I'm done with you, and I can't even come to your rescue, you know? So what I was wondering is like, what's your view on how people are taking betrayal, how people are taking rejection, how people are taking disappointment, how people are taking heartbreaks today? The youthman kwanza sana kidogo naona kuna kitu pale. What's your view?
Most of them, as anasema, inaweza kuwa ni triggered by parents juu some wote sema ati unajua ati respect every parent, not every parent is a parent apparently. Juu utapata si kila msee ana value mtoto wake kama ule mwingine juu maybe tied to past history or something. Ndo like ningesema if it could be easier, like wewe kama wewe umerealize you see most of them realize by the siko pahali pafiti na sijifeel niko kama niko na value. Ukiweza ku break down then like ukue wewe mwenyewe ni una put as in I'm a human, I'm a human man, like it doesn't matter kenye wasee wanasema ni kenye mimi najiambia. Juu mimi nasemanga by the it doesn't matter how many times I tap yourself on I tap you on the back kwambia of how good you are, ama how many of how good you are, ama how many times I'll clap for you and give you flowers of how good you are. Juu most of the time unakuanga peke yako.
And one day you would stop clapping. Does that make me stop believing in myself?
That's the problem.
Now, let me tell you something interesting. I think it was yesterday, just the other day, I was having a conversation with my mom. And we were just talking of how, she just made, from the blues, I asked her, by the way, mom, how's your relationship with your mom? I don't know. Somehow we've never tapped into that kind of direction. And she just laughed and she was like, my mom was mom. Like, she would take me to the farm and just show me about farming. And then so this was my mom's view. She was like, she was more of a work person. And that's where we would relate. You get, like, she was always so happy to have me accompany her to the farm. Then I will get to the house, she'll probably show me housework. So that was their kind of bonding. While else her dad on the other side was just, so from her explanation she looked like she was a daddy's girl. So she was, as much as it was back in the days, he was always that kind of checking out on her, whether she's been served. Wakiekewa nyama za kuku atamrushia kengine, because of course dad has more nyamas, and she's always that child who was getting something nice from the dad. So why am I sharing this? So she mentioned that unfortunately the generation of now, I don't see that. Like the children who are being brought up today, they're missing out a lot on that bonding with their parents on that kind of level. Yes, they do bond, but especially those that are being raised by either broken families or these toxic parenthood, something like that, because the parents themselves, they're already toxic. Understand? So unapata hiyo toxicity, mtu yeye amegrow na hiyo environment. Ashazoea kuona mamake akichapwa, ashazoea kuona wakipigana, ashazoea kuona budaki akicheat on the mom. So unapata the society being raised right now, it's like in a erase that nice person who was not exposed to any toxicity, bringing in now a human being who's been exposed to that. And that is the person they're raising. And unfortunately, this person becomes that. Understand?
I think I'll tend to pause you on that
Yeah.
and look it in the perspective of that. Hii mambo ya like the toxicity watu kupigana, that was the
Ilikuwa,
ni venye haikuwa accessible, haikuwa accessible kwa kila mse. Wewe unajua boma ya kina nani inapigananga juu it was maintained under the village. Ingeenda sana maybe under the village bracket.
I also
but
think
like tumetap in, unaweza jua whatever happened. Sasa
Very
hiyo
good of internet.
ungejua whatever happened to that mamas.
But then let me ask you, don't you think even if it was happening back in the days, like it's accelerated to escalate to another level? Listen, in this essence, back in the days, remember, like a woman was not empowered, okay? So with a woman not empowered, the man would make her believe that kukuchapa ni kukudiscipline. And as a matter of fact, if they would believe like if your husband doesn't beat you, hakupendi, all right? But a woman has been empowered today. So back in the days akichapwa haikuwa inakaa mbaya, all right? Today chapa mwanamke, bro,
You go first
chapa
the music.
mwanamke.
So unaget unasema hii kitu ni hard ku break juu there's like 1,000 things you can blame for the outcome of whatever you have right now. So unaona kitu unaangalia kitu kama kuempower na by the story ya kuempower wanawake juu like unapata people are creating podcast about this, meaning like manze women should go back to that sport yenye like they didn't run shit, ilikuwa inarani wanaume. But mimi naweza sema it's not wanaume running the shit will function juu how are we here if what kama walikuwa na
run, mbona wameacha ifike mahali ifika?
Exactly. So mimi ndo nasema wanasema maybe somewhere tulipoteza that tukakuwa soft ama like
nobody should be blaming.
Wanaume, we are all to blame juu tumefika mahali mimi nimefeel nafaa kukuvalue kama mwanadamu, it doesn't matter the gender. So mimi na feel it stuff ya relationship is as easy kama venye umesema the mentality, like crack down the mentality you have, ndo like kujua mse mwenye mnaingiana naye are you like mna evolve in the same kind of mentality. When shit ndo unaambia I think kuna hii point ya like juana na mtu but relationship has been so much of a game that to analyze tunajua how to play within the circle like until unasema maybe umse ali play along all those years juu anajua the rules, what to do or not to do, kufanya the deception. Mimi nasema ngani the deception. Juu nasema ngando you sell me the relationship idea, I must believe it first. Juu the reason we seek on a relationship it doesn't matter if you love me, you are loving it like ni wewe iko kwa wili yako. So sifai kufeel bad unajipenda juu pia mimi nikakupenda ifai kuwa ati ina evolve na wewe kenye venye una behave. It's my feelings, I decide how they are playing.
I think that brings me to the point that the today's setup of a marriage and relationship either inakuja juu ya
mokuchu.
Yeah, exactly. Unataka, first of all, there's of course that peer pressure ya feel like yo anyone else is settling down or time is running or kutakuwa associated na mse. Unaona, either mse akona a certain name or akona a certain status or akona a certain way they do things. You understand? And now as a babe or as a guy you want to feel like I want to be associated with this person, not caring at all about their character. Because for me I feel like character is one of the biggest thing I have to look into a person before I even start getting myself into that. You understand? Because character you can't fake. Character comes out in the way you react. Hata ukigongwa na hii kiti, the way you exclamate, I will tell your character like right there and then.
Lakini sasa love is blind, unapata ndo nakwambia them like
but what is this love though? What is this love? Let me tell you, me about story ya
break abu wewe unajua like abu break it down too, like how do you
let me before I lose my trail of thoughts. This is what I'm saying, yeah. As much as you're saying love is blind, by the time mtu anaingia kwa hii relationship ya umse unapenda, kuna kitu ilikuvutia kwake. Excuse me, understand? So if there's something that attracted me to this person, this one thing I should not only focus on that one thing. Umse atakuwa yeye akomreal. We don't know how this guy was treating this mama, but it shows for them to have gotten to a point where someone is seated watching you die and do nothing at all. Mmefikishana tu point yenye by the way umempoka, yani amekutoka yake yote.
I think it's
to a point
unafaa kujua
humanity
hivyo.
hakuna.
Tunafaa kujua hivyo like unafaa kuiaccept at the end of the day. Uni mtu like tuseme like basically ukianza like sema like a serious dating tuseme maybe in the age of 20, wacha tuseme as small as 20, si ndio?
Yeah.
So wewe kwa maisha yako for 20 years you've been raised somewhere with different mentality, different behavior, different routine.
Exactly.
Like you are a very different human being.
person.
Then now mimi nimekuja kujiambia I can compromise who I am to fit in your bracket ndo ni accommodate wewe. So that's another ni deception juu unasema utakuja unilize kama unanipenda si unafaa kufanya hivi, kuna that sacrifice and all.
Yeah.
But situkubali if wewe is an animal, why don't you be real? It doesn't matter like kama una umse utamfurahisha ama hautamfurahisha. It's about you being you because you will never change from being you. So if people could maybe could accept who they are, so that maybe wakati unaonesha wasee hapa nje we will judge you for who you are, not who we think you are.
Exactly.
People manze nakwambia hii ni shit wasee wamemaster like deception manze.
It's an art.
Yes, nikakutaka I know how to crack you down. Sinajua emotions zako, maybe upende mse violent ama like I'll come behave. So ukaniput under those experiments, I'll act according to that, knowing that ini test umeniput, so sinikitaka kupass sinajua what I'm supposed to do. But is it that I'm good in that direction?
I think again like you said, then that brings me to the point of what's the way forward, what's the solution, you know, because what is the joy of mtu kumaster your deception, like una master, unajua I know how to ingiza this babe box, she wants this guy, anapenda mtu anaenda church, then I want to go to church, I'll start going to church. You understand?
I'll dress up nicely.
Yes. So if there's a way now, I feel like it's time for people to start going into conversations on how people can be saved from this. First of all, if you're a babe hanging out or being with someone who you unaona ni potential, what are you looking out on, and at what point should you be able to tell whether this person is real or not? So I feel like we are living in that generation where people are faking so much to a point that now we are living it fake, but then the reality hates you along the way. Now you react to that fakeness because you're frustrated. You understand? Yeah. So I feel like at the end of the day, we need to go back to the drawing board and just understand, why are men behaving in this kind of way? Why are ladies also behaving in this kind of way from the beginning? You know, is it because it can also, like I was asking, could it be upbringing? Upbringing can mean how you came up, like your society, your family, how people used to resonate, and how can you be saved from that? And the reason I was giving my mom's example is because I think at some point I disagreed with her, because she was like, unfortunately, the way these kids are being raised, they have no option but to be like that in future. And I said, no, you can't say there's no option. Kuna mtu aligroishwa, like there's a guy who grew up seeing the dad beat up the mom, but he decided
to be different.
I am going to be different. I want to be a good husband. I'm going to be the best father that my kids are going to see. You see? I don't want to be my dad. And trust me, they're going to be triggers along the way. But he chooses, you know what, I'm not going to listen to these triggers. I'll always overcome them. And yet, there's one who is raised up in a perfect setup family. Yet they also choose to lose it. So you cannot tell me that mse amereziwa hivyo juu ya mistakes za wazazi wake ati hana option but kukuwa bitter in future. No, they can choose. They always have a choice to change, and decide to be different and just cut off all those ties and be different, be a better person. Or they can choose to be drowned in the same cycle, you know. I think there is that direction of looking those things. Now, back to your music. I think maumivu ndo imetuleta to that, because I really wanted us to have that conversation. I feel like young people out there, either we are doing music also, now that you're an artist, either we're having conversation, either we're doing music. Can we also look into these topics in a very serious way? Because we're losing ourselves. We're losing our generation. We're losing it, and we're losing it in such a tragic way. You know, like there's so much going on. Right?
Just me, I'll say, like, know you are your own responsibility. It doesn't matter who loves you, but they disconnect from even your parents. It doesn't matter if they are the one who gave birth to you. Like, disconnect that dependency on the value of from another human being. You ukiangalia kuna, as I was saying, mimi nitakuja hapa ni clap on my parents and the way she raised me good, that's the way I am. But it just breaks down to the decisions maybe make me personal.
At the end of the day.
So I think tukafika mahali kama society tukubali, like, to feed wase information like you are your own responsibility.
Exactly.
Mimi kama mzazi, I can only be a shepherd of who you are. I can only say these are the green pastures, these are the healthy pastures. But if you also choose this flow of life,
Let me
like
tell
presenting
you,
that.
just to complement what you're saying, I think because I want us to talk about your latest target before we get to your latest jump, that friends and peer pressure can make someone live a certain kind of way. I'm like, what do you mean? Do you believe that? Because I don't. I believe even if it's peer pressure the most, no one put a gun on my head to make that decision. So there's no way you always have to blame the friends.
The other thing, people are blaming the social media.
What you chose to get in that social media. In fact, even what you watch, you're the one who chooses what you watch, what you listen to, how you react to it, how it has an effect in your life. By the way, all those decisions are on you. And I think it's time, like you're saying,
people have
to own the decisions they're making and not blame it on nobody. Can people stop banking their happiness on their partner? Because this guy, if he decides to go out there and sleep or spend 5 days out there, can my life also continue? Like,
the show still goes on.
Yes, see me, I have my own things I'm doing. As long as I'm breathing. Your being away doesn't stop me from breathing. Your being away doesn't mean I can't be as productive as I was. So what is this whole thing of stressing over someone and getting into mental health and getting into depression because of another person? I know this can and will be used against me
in the court of relationships.
Exactly. But I think this is my thought, that take ownership. Be your source of joy. In the presence or in the absence of this person, your life continues as usual. Right, Ben?
Yeah.
Now, like I was saying, you have done a very nice song here. The latest jam you did, right? It's called Confidence.
Yeah,
Confidence is. Take us through. Tell us about confidence. Why and why did you call it Confidence?
Confidence is a project I did, like, for me ingekuwa ni kama my love song to alpha females. I'm into alpha females.
Alpha females.
Yeah, people who like are in control of their own shit.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm into alpha female. So as in, ilikuwa ni kama like nikapata alpha female, what would I say? What will be my love words?
So this confidence is to you. Ile confidence unani
confidence yenye kona nikicheki confidence, like when I see now it moves me. When I see
when kama Neo Miss Independent pale akilipa. Yes.
Yeah, but see I wouldn't take care of a lady, ninajua, but napenda wanawake wenye wako in control of their. I think it's because I'm an alpha myself, na feel mi spendi msi anakam kuran my thing, so pia mimi na build the same way niko na right ya kuran my things. You as a, it doesn't matter if you are female or who, you are a human. You're supposed to be running your own thing.
I think that's another conversation we need to talk about later in another episode, because it can be viewed in very different ways. You know, like I'm sure there's a dude out there listening to you and they're like,
nigga stupid, right?
You're for real? You want to what? Until you admire confident women running their own shit. Those are people you don't want. You know, there are men who are like, no.
For me, I don't feel it as a threat. I feel it as a win.
Wow.
So I think wakati huu I feel kama threat. Maybe you're insecure of maybe umsi akitake control where your control will lose value. Maybe where hauna control in the first place. But me I feel hata ukiwa in control, when I'm in control, that means that's shit handled by two people. That's much easier.
It's much easier.
Yeah, but perspective.
I think next time when
we have a chance to talk about it,
we'll talk about that. It's an interesting topic discussion to have. All right.
Back to confidence.
Yeah, so you were saying that you really find it very attractive for a woman who is running their own stuff and they're in charge of themselves. Tell us about the experience of shooting Confidence. How was it?
Confidence was, napenda hii project sana by day. Kama msikizi mimi nasikiza naipenda.
So check out on YouTube, Confidence by Ben Alpha. It's his latest project and it's amazing. Such a nice song. I'm a big fan.
Put my spirit into this project juu. At the end of the day, mimi naiona kama in a growth in terms of editing, in terms of directing juu. Hivi like ni mimi nimejidirectia. I'm the person who like
Yeah.
amejieditia like the guy behind the camera anaitwa Truster is also an artist.
Yeah.
Ako hapo doing his thing, unaweza muangalia pia on YouTube. Truster KE. Truster.
Okay.
TRU
Truster.
STAR.KE.
True, yani.
Yeah, he's a Truster.
Nice. Yeah.
So it was a nice experience having that. Wakati nilikam, unajua I had it as an idea, how am I gonna feel most comfortable, but my life brought me to Diani. And I found like nikiwa hapa mbona ni like do it here where it's selling the vibes, it got good sceneries, plus nikapatana na very good person, a very anaitwa Lenny through the connection of Miss Boom.
Big up to Lenny, big up to October, because they gave him a venue and a chance. And I mean, it was just easy. There was no stress. The place is so serene, and this guy just went in. They just did their thing. Akukwa na challenge, right?
Yeah, I love
and the weather was just so favorable. You know, you need to check out the video. By the way, it's so well done. And that reminds me of Alfred Mutua when he used to do Cobra Squad. I don't know whether you were born at that time.
I was born.
Hawa watoto wa siku hizi unaweza shtukia leo. Sasa
mamangu lakini.
So Cobra Squad, this guy would write the script, direct the thingy, shoot. He was I think he was even the makeup artist. But it's a good thing. Yeah, you know, I'm just saying, like, you do things by yourself. Like projects zako haziwezi kwama ati cause
as in for me nailetanga in this perspective.
Yeah.
The moment that Ben Alpha is not just like a name, like I own that Alpha. Amazing. Name. Yeah, like when it comes to the Alpha comes from being a wolf. Like me, my animal spirit is a wolf.
Okay.
So in the rules of wolves out here, I can survive as a single animal, and I can survive as a pack.
Yeah, amazing.
So me like telling you let's do this, then you not being able doesn't mean that I won't do it. I'm still a full force on my own.
Did you people know that actually wolves can either survive on their own or as a pack? Alright, so I'm gonna play Confidence just for us to get a feel of it and jam it. It's a really nice jam. I love the cast.
Yeah. There's Faye, there's Mika.
Mika was on this video.
Yeah, Mika is there. Yeah, part of the friends nimepata now Diani. Yeah, the energy, as in energy.
What's the name of this babe?
Anaitwa Mel ama Chelsea. Melissa.
Why would you support Liverpool ama Man?
She's a Chelsea fan.
That's why I'm saying she is, because her name is Chelsea.
Yeah. Iko check. Karibia tukate dance. Bora usitense behind that dress. Iko immense. Princess ya princess iko yadi. Ni wewe niko na we. Adi late night to groove on music. Hands on your waist. No time to waste. Slow pace, no haste.
You are the girl that I want. You are the girl that I need. You are the one. Come dance with me. Checky confidence, bondi dress. I wanna get close to you. Checky bondi dance, DJ bondi dex. Tell me love your groove. Confidence, bondi dress. I wanna get close to you. Bondi dance, DJ bondi dex.